Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 4. That's a big number for us right there. That's a big number. We've
Four,
made it.
yeah.
We
Make
made it
four.
to episode 4 of the
That's a
podcast.
month's worth. A month's worth.
I decided for this episode that I am just going to be silent the whole time and let Ryder
What?
talk. I'm just kidding.
I don't want to carry it.
So that's the bit. I'm gonna be miming this episode, but yeah, we're here, and like the tradition, we have not talked since the last one, and we don't even do it on purpose.
No.
But I just know that Ryder has off Wednesdays, Thursdays guaranteed. At least Thursdays guaranteed. So every Thursday is pretty much when I'm like, hey, we good? You know, you want to do it? Just works out that way. And I think what I'm going to try and do moving forward is record Thursday. So, like, right now it's the 25th of April. And I hope to have this uploaded by tomorrow for Friday. I want to try and have a Friday release because I don't have to do anything. I don't have to edit it. All I have to do is upload it. So it's the easiest thing in the world. So there's no excuse to not do it. Have it on Friday so that way anybody wants to listen. Anybody that's been listening, appreciate you. Again, this is kind of a thing we're just doing to document for our own selves. And if anybody else stumbles upon it, that's awesome. But yeah.
Are you? Did you upload 3 yet?
Mm-hmm. Did you see the title of it?
No, I missed that. I must have missed that upload.
Dang. Not a real fan.
No, I must have just missed it. I don't know. When was it uploaded?
3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's called it's called Work Sucks, but not as much as the Wii.
Oh man, that would have really popped me.
I know. I thought
that.
so.
Oh jeez.
You weren't like, you didn't say anything about it. I'm like, man, I guess it wasn't funny, but I thought it was funny. Because like
That's
the whole
right,
first
yeah.
30 minutes is I just ranting about work, or you just rant about work, and then we go right to like shitting on the Wii. It's funny.
Okay, so that is cool then. So it'll be like a day after.
Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Because it got a little wonky. There was like, I didn't realize, dude, from the first one, from the second one we recorded to the third one or whatever it was, or the second to the third one, there was like a month in between that I didn't post it. And I'm like, wait, what? It was like weeks or something, like 3 weeks. So I'm like, geez, that's a big gap. Let me not try and do that again. But yeah, either way, we're here. We're good to go. Like normally, we don't really have any topics. We'll just kind of cover obviously the games we've been playing. You know what? Let's actually say that. Let's do that first. We normally do that literally right at the end. Let's do that. Let's do that now. What games have we been playing?
Sad to say, I didn't beat a game this week. Though to be fair, we recorded the last podcast on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would have had off Sunday and Wednesday and Thursday now. So I only would have had off 3 days and really 2 days because I didn't really play yet today. If we recorded tomorrow, for example, I would have had Stranger Paradise beat.
Oh, okay.
So that's all I've been playing is Stranger Paradise. I'm on I think I have 2 missions left. I'm just going by trophies, and every single main mission gives you a trophy. And I have 2, they're always in the list of hidden trophies. There's 2 left in the list.
Yep.
Where it's that's the last 2 trophies. So I got 2 missions left. I don't know if there's side missions, because I've been doing all the side missions.
How you enjoying it?
More than I was before.
Because you said, I think last week you told me that it's like Neo or something. Am I crazy? Is that what you said?
It's exactly like Neo.
Yeah,
it's like Neo but worse.
Oh yeah, I think that's exactly what you said. Said that.
It's funny to me because I thought Neo is just like Souls but worse.
Yeah, true.
But no, this plays identical to Neo with all the item drops and stuff. They have an optimized menu, so I've just been using that. At the end of a mission, I'll just go optimize equipment and it automatically equips the best stuff.
That's such a nice thing to have for a game like that.
Yeah, so I do that, and then you have like an item limit that you can only have like 600 items at once. So then at the end, I just everything that's like below my levels. So if I have like the highest level I have is 99, it's like 97 below just gets deleted. I just dismantle it and get get smithing stuff from it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done any of the smithing stuff you can do. Because you can like upgrade weapons and then like upgrade the like special abilities on the weapons by using like these shards in the game and like using like different smithing stuff, which I haven't done any of that left because I was just like, well, each mission I'm just getting better equipment anyway, so I'll like save that for maybe like end game stuff, you know,
Yeah.
at that point because it makes no sense to me to like be like, let me just level this up and I could just find one randomly, or I might even find one better.
Would you say that you spend a lot of time in the menu of that type of game, like the way you would in Neo?
I would if it didn't have the optimize. That takes
Yeah,
one
it's true.
second.
It's true. Yeah,
Now.
Neo does not have that.
And yeah, because this one would be even worse, I think, than Neo
Wow.
with the equipment because each equipment has like can have an affinity for like a job, which means it increase like there's like certain statistics that can increase based on the job, and there's like 30 jobs, so like you can theoretically have like equipment like that is catered to each job, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have like presets. You can like have presets for like jobs too. That like you can like change presets. There's like it's like 100 presets you can have. I don't have any because I'm like, well, I just randomly switch and just optimize equipment because I don't got the time like really go in depth like some people would. Trying to think what else. I think the one job there's like this job called like hunter or like there's marksman and they like you get hunter later, which like lets you use guns, right? And I think they were like DLC jobs. These guns are like so overpowered in the game, dude. Like it's amazing, like being able to like stay back and just shoot enemies, how like overpowered it is.
Well,
Um,
remember in Skyrim, like the bow build is like people always said how broken like the
yeah,
bow build is
yeah,
because
especially
of
if you
that
have it like
reason.
with high sneak and stuff.
Which just a side note, I feel like a bow is like the only way I'd be able to enjoy Skyrim because the combat is not good. I don't. I'm just saying, like, I just don't think Skyrim's combat is good. I think it's just basic, generic, shield swing, magic, whatever. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just generic.
I
Um,
remember on my run of Skyrim, I forget what I forget what it's called, but it's like the one that like it like ticked their damage down, and then you did more damage like over time or something
okay,
like
so like yeah,
that.
dot damage.
Yeah, like it would like slowly tick their health away, but it would also like as time goes by, you would do more damage to them,
Yeah, like a
and it would be
yeah.
like
Okay.
and it would usually like annihilate them. I did it for like all the dragons I would hit with that right away at the beginning of the fight, and then like they would like die. Fighting a dragon is so easy in that game, by the
Maybe I shouldn't
way.
really say that because I haven't played a lot of Skyrim. I did beat it, but I wasn't really a fan of it. So
No, the
I,
combat sucks. It's not good.
yeah, like I kind of feel like maybe I don't know the systems as well as so maybe I'm not. But just from what I remember, it wasn't that great.
It's literally just go up. It's literally go up and swing or block. That's like the
Yeah,
system.
yeah. But yeah, I
Like
think a bow build would be fun. So talking about Stranger of Paradise, I could definitely see where anytime that you
yes,
can just damage an enemy without getting close to them is pretty damn good.
but yeah, like I've literally like struggled on a boss, switch right to the gun and beat him first try,
Mm-hmm.
and to
That's
the point where
crazy.
I'm like, let me try to beat this boss without a gun. 'Cause, like I love the gun. It's so good. It's so good, and it's like so overpowered. But I'm like, man, it's kind of boring just sitting back. Let me actually like try to
Yeah,
like, let me use axe. Let me use an axe. Let me use like swords.
yeah, I could see that.
Magic's pretty fun in this game. The way magic works, it's like it like brings up a wheel. It's like a wheel, and you like select what spell you want to use,
Do
and
you
like
just assign them?
no, it's like automatically there.
Oh, okay.
It'll be like you have to pick like black mage for example,
Oh yeah,
and
you said there's
then
jobs or classes.
yeah,
Yeah,
jobs, yeah. Get like black mage, and then it'll be like you hold R2 to start casting the spell, and it'll like have like a circle filled in that it'll, like as the circle fills in, it'll be like thunder, thundara, and then thundaga with the circle fills the way up. They don't cost more MP; they just cost more time of you just sitting there still. But it'll be like a wheel as the circle's filling up, and it'll be like, do you want blizzard, thunder, fire, this? And if you like get it maxed out, it'll be like, oh, do you want to cast flare? Which Flare would be like two sections of the MP bar. Because the MP bar is like it's split into sections. And pretty much each ability uses one section of the MP bar. And you build it up by like doing normal attacks and like there's like other abilities that let you build up MP quick. Like parries build up MP pretty quick.
I wonder how many games, how many action combat RPGs have job systems.
Wow.
I don't I
Question.
feel like that's not common because I haven't played any personally, but there's millions of games out there I haven't played. So, when Joe Schmo in the comments is like, "What about this game?" It's like, yeah, I'm sure there are. I just don't know off the top of my head. I've never played any. Every JRPG I've played with a job system, or every game I've played, every RPG with a job system has been like a turn-based combat game. Which, another side note, because it's talking about job systems, since I've gotten into JRPGs, I have not played a JRPG with a job system. That's like,
There's actually not that many, to be
yeah,
fair.
but like going into JRPGs, I thought like every game had one, like
Yeah.
just from what I heard. So it's like because the only ones I've played before actually getting into them all pretty much had job systems. Bravely Default, for example, like which there's so many JRPGs that I tried to play years ago, back when I hated JRPGs, that I really feel like I should try out again because it'd probably be crazy to go into a game that I remember not liking because I just didn't really understand it. It'd be like a whole new game. So that's something
I
that
feel like
I would like to try.
with job systems, the thing is, it's like it's a lot easier to design your game when you have like the class in mind for the characters,
Yeah, but when
rather than
yeah,
being able to pick like, oh, you got four characters and you could have like 30 different like jobs you can pick. Then you have like sets like hundreds of different um, things you can do there. Like, oh, this character could be like an archer with, and this one could be a monk, and then this one could be like a white mage, or you can have like four white mages. Like a lot of customization there that you can do. So
well,
it's a lot harder to like make that good.
isn't it pretty normal in older JRPGs as well to like that have job systems where some jobs are just so bad no one uses them? Or
That's the thing.
because you have
That's the
to,
thing.
that's the thing with like how you said you don't have dedicated classes for like this character is this blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
you're letting people mix things up. It's like there's you can equally absolutely break the game with that mechanic, and you can absolutely like be overpowered. I mean, break it, but then you can also like render yourself useless picking some classes and synergies.
I mean, like even Stranger Paradise, like you get like the regular mage job. You start with like the regular mage job, right? And to get other jobs, you have to level it up. It's like a skill tree. And then at the bottom of the skill tree, it'll be like, oh, you can like go to the right or to the left. It'll be like, oh, this unlocks like the gambler. This unlocks like whatever. But like
Okay.
regular mage, it's like you have like three spells you can use. So like, what's the point of using that when you get unlock like black mage and white mage?
Yeah.
There's no point in using it. So
True.
like even here, like jobs get completely outclassed. Like there's like a Ronin job, which is like a samurai. Then you get a samurai job later, which is just the same thing but better. It's like
Yeah. Well,
where there's
yeah.
like thief, and then you get ninja,
well,
then you get like assassin. Point.
sorry, I had to mute and cough. Um, what's funny is I don't know why. I don't know why I say when things are like what's funny is when it's not even like I'm not about to say something that's funny. I don't know why that's like a thing I do. But speaking of how you get like a samurai later and all that, so far from what I understand with the Unicorn Overlord is you actually instead of having this unit, this class, and then getting a better one, unlocking a better class necessarily by just like getting a new character that's that class, you actually promote your units. So I think that's pretty cool. Where it's like you took this I don't know I don't know him, so I'm just gonna make something up. But it's like, oh, you took this sword fighter. He's this normal sword fighter, and you eventually can promote him to be like a fencer or so just something like just whatever that class is, but now just better, which is kind of like what you're saying is going from like a samurai ronin like all that. So I actually
Yeah.
thought that was pretty cool because I haven't played that many JRPGs. I'm trying, but I don't think I've played a JRPG that you promote a class into being better like in that aspect other than Final Fantasy 1, I remember had something
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yes, it does. Like halfway through. Well, I don't know, was it halfway through or was it what?
I think so, because it actually changes your like the character model, which was
Yeah, because
actually
it'll be like
shocking to me for an NES game.
yeah, because it's like what warrior goes into like knight, I
Yeah,
think,
something like that.
and then like white, like you have what like white mage and black mage, and they turn to like white sage and black
Yeah,
sage,
Sage,
something
and
like
like,
that.
and they get so much stronger. It's like
Yes, they
awesome.
do.
That
Yeah,
is
it's
just
awesome.
something about RPGs and what like JRPGs, action RPGs doesn't matter. Getting stronger, feeling that sense of progression in those types of games is what's so awesome. That's why I can't fathom how anybody could enjoy a game where the enemies are just scaling with you. That is so bad to me because some of the most fun you're ever going to have in an action role-playing game, in a turn-based role-playing game, either way, either one you're playing, is being strong, one-shotting enemies, steamrolling those enemies that used to give you trouble. You're just stepping on them now because they still have it like challenge. It's not like you become overpowered and you just you beat the game. You still are going to come across harder units, but I love that feeling of getting stronger. And like when you tell me about JRPGs that it scales, I'm just like, why would anybody play that? It's so stupid.
The only one I know of is Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, but then there's that, remember that Super Nintendo one, Seventh Saga?
Seventh Saga, because like how that game works is like you pick like from like what like seven characters at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then you like become like rivals, and they level up with you, and then they can like completely stonewall you for beating the game.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
like
just
level up
so
too much.
so bad. Like, and that was probably the most frustrating thing back then, playing that as a kid, where it's like, okay, here's Final Fantasy 1, go grind up and get stronger. And then without knowing any better, here's Seventh Saga, go grind up to get stronger, and you've ruined your playthrough. You're now being punished because you should have just not did that. That's like, that's crazy. What
FF8's the worst. FF8's the worst with it because like from the beginning, the best thing to do is like get the GF with no XP and just put that on the
Yeah,
whole
it's
time,
so dumb.
and then just junction all the abilities to your. People say like, oh, you should still level up because like enemies will like they have like better drops when you level up. It's like no point to it by then.
Yeah, I again I haven't played that one, so when I do play it, I what's funny. This is actually funny, is I don't have intentions of beating some of these some Final Fantasies. I plan to play them all, but I don't plan on beating them all. Like I actually from what I know about like 8 and 2 and
I
stuff, it's
played
like
enough to two already. I think two
yeah,
you
that's
gave
what I
enough
mean.
time to two.
Like I don't have I want to play all the Final Fantasy games, but I'm not going to beat them all because I don't want to play. And I've going into 8, I'm gonna try my best to like it. It's just from what I heard about it, and even from an unbiased, like someone just telling me how the mechanics work, not necessarily shitting on it, just telling me this is how it works. It's like I don't want to play that. It doesn't sound fun. Drawing your spells and stuff just doesn't sound like something I want to do. So it's yeah, I'll see. Of course, I'll still form my own opinion, but I don't have any plans of beating
I
Final Fantasy 8.
I would say as far as that series goes, ones you should play through to beat are probably like 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10.
Yeah,
Which that's still like what 5 games,
yeah, and I've beaten one of those
7.
because I
But
beat
those are the ones I would say are definitely deserve like a good full playthrough.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, I definitely
I haven't
will.
played 4. I haven't played 4, but I know 4 is good.
Yeah. Yeah, having that pixel remaster collection is nice. It's just whenever I get around to it, who knows? Because I haven't. Um, but but yeah, so Stranger of Paradise, good so far, and you're almost at the end. So
It's
it's like a
good.
game that
Yeah,
you always talk about wanting to
I
try out.
I think I know the plot. They're pretty there's not really that like the plot's pretty thin. Like they don't really have a lot of story cutscenes. Oh, you know what's hilarious is it uses in-game models for the cutscenes. So like all any equipment you have on, like it shows in the
Yeah,
cutscenes. And since I'm just like like just doing the optimization thing, They
the
have like
ugliest looking
they look so goofy in every single cutscene, dude. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh every single time they show up. And they're just like the goofiest looking dudes, man.
Be like a burly
But,
like knight's like chest piece with like shorts.
like one of the last one had like a cape that had like a visor. Like I was looking like from the X-Men. And he was
Jeez.
like he's like talking to like all serious, and he has this visor on. You can't see because it's your party too. Your party's there. So you got
Yeah.
4 party members, and they all have like the same like equipment on and stuff. And it's still there. It's just
Like
so
a Saints
funny.
Row cutscene.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, yeah, that's really funny with that. But yeah, I'll probably beat it tonight, honestly, because I only got 2 missions left.
Yeah.
The last mission I'm on, I hate this area already. It's just terrible. It's like all burnt and it's like a tree area. It looks all exactly the same and it's like a maze, and I'm like, this sucks already.
Sounds
I
great.
think I know the big plot of the game though. I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to spoil it or not, but
I mean, I don't care, but
Do you care?
well, I don't, but you know, people listening might. So just those who are listening, just skip ahead like a minute if you care.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this game pretty much is like Final Fantasy 1. Like that's what the point of the game is. You start the town
Yeah.
of Final Fantasy 1, so you got to go to Chaos Shrine. You got to kill Chaos. I'm pretty sure you're actually playing as Garland, and
Okay.
your party members are like the fiends that protect the crystals. You know,
Yeah.
in the original Final Fantasy 1. So I'm pretty sure that's like what the end twist of the game is. It's like, oh, you're actually Garland. You're like you're supposed to look for Garland on like the first mission. You couldn't find him. Because like everybody lost their memory, of course. JRPG.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody
Everybody
forgot.
lost. So yeah, I think that's like the point of it. It's like you're actually Garland.
Wow, you actually summed that up, and the minute pretty much just ended.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
good.
good. I'm pretty good at that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally intentional.
No, it wasn't.
Is that so that's pretty much just been your main focus, right? Only playing that, getting through that.
Yeah. After that, I'll go back to Prince of Persia. I think I'll
Okay.
enjoy Prince of Persia more because that seemed pretty cool from what I played.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did say yeah, it was one you were playing. I
Yeah, I played like an hour.
I I'm still on Unicorn Overlord. I still enjoy it a lot. Um trying to think. I think
Not a long one.
yeah, I think it's probably like 50. I don't know. That's just my guess is 50. I think last week, that last Thursday, I was 5 hours in, maybe 6 hours in. Didn't get to play too much, but I think right now I'm at like 15, maybe something like that. Really good. Still enjoying it. Kind of not much to add as far as from last week. It's pretty much said all I needed to say on what it is. Just progressing, getting more units, getting new classes, really cool. One thing that I thought was very interesting about that game was they actually came out with a patch to buff some of the characters that were bad, some of the units,
Oh, really?
which I thought at first was very weird because I'm like, wow, they actually like are doing that. That's crazy. I didn't know this whole time though that this game has PvP, online PvP.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know.
Okay.
So I guess that's why they did it, because I'm thinking like Elden Ring got DLC. Elden Ring got some weapon buffs and nerfs, and all the Souls games kind of have in a way, but that's because of PvP. So once I found
Yeah.
out that this game had PvP, I was like, oh, okay, that's like less shocking. Because at first I was very shocked. But yeah, so yeah, again, good game. The story is not great. I mean, I don't know what the general consensus is on the story so far, but I would say it's kind of just weak. It's kind of whatever. I don't, I'm really,
I-
it's one of those stories where it's not horrible, but it's like I'm really trying to focus on all the cutscenes to really try and get something out of it. But every time I do that, I'm just kind of like, I mean, okay, like I'm really
Opposite
trying.
of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like the complete opposite. 'Cause I'm like not paying attention to
Yeah.
the story at all. in this
I'm like
game.
trying to understand it and stuff, but I think it's just kind of all over the place, and it is pretty generic, but that's fine. Pretty challenging in some spots for me because I've never played a game like this. A lot of people compare it to like Ogre Battle and like Grow Lancer, the Grow Lancer series. I've just never played it, this type of strategy RPG, so I do make some dumb mistakes. Have to restart and then fix them. So it's a lot of trial and error of learning. Um, I finally got my retro tink in the mail,
Yeah, yes,
which
sir.
was I got a story about that. got got a story
Yeah,
about me yelling in my car to a robot. That's where the story's gonna end up. So, when I ordered the retro tink, I didn't want to order it on eBay. I wanted to order it from them. I wanted to support the dude who makes it, Mike Chi. Seems like a good guy. I wanted to directly order it. I ordered it. I got an email, said, hey, we'll ship it within 2 weeks. Sure enough, it was the day of the 2 weeks. That's when they shipped it. They really took their time, whatever. Well, then it gets lost in the mail. And that's always great. It's lost in the mail. So I'm kind of dealing with that. Like, oh man, please, like, just come. Because, like, obviously I'm looking forward to it. And I got all the cables already. They'd all showed up. So I was just waiting. And it was supposed to show up on Tuesday this week. And it didn't. The tracking still said it. It was like, oh yeah, it's, sorry, got a random group chat message. Had to make sure it wasn't anything important. But yeah, so basically, it was supposed to come Tuesday. It didn't, but it came Wednesday. And so I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to it. 11 a.m. rolls around, and it's like, hey, it got delivered. I'm like stoked. Grab the mail key, head down, check the mail. Where I live, in the mailbox, if it's a package that won't fit in your actual like personal parcel box, they give you a key to open one of the bigger ones, and that's where your package will be.
Okay.
And you just match the number to the parcel box. Except where I live, I guess they just don't feel like doing that, so you don't know what key you got, so you have to try them all because they just don't.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm trying them all, and none of them are opening. And it's like, okay, let me try again. Try them all again. Nothing. Couldn't get any of them to open. I sat and tried to open each one of them probably 10 times individually. And there's 10 of them total, I think, maybe 9. I could not get any of them to open. There was one box where I couldn't get the key to go in. And I was dead set that that's got to be it. But I couldn't get the key in. So I'm trying for like 15 minutes. And I'm getting pretty frustrated. I'm like, are you serious? Like, just open the box. Like, why is it not opening? So I call my local post office. Like, legit. I Google where I live. And I'm like, give me the local one. I call.
That's a call I don't make very often.
No, it's not. Well, so I call, and I'm greeted by a robot lady. And she's like, hello, press this option for this. Press the, give the whole rundown menu. If you're having troubles with this, hit 2. Troubles with this. But none of them were my problem because I couldn't get the parcel box open. So I'm like, what am I supposed to say? So, she went through all the options and none of them sounded right. So then she went through them again. And I just picked the one that said, issue with, just said, package, delivery problem. Delivery problem. I hit that one. They're like, okay, you have to give us your tracking number. I'm like, man, like it's not going to solve anything, but whatever. Yeah. If I need to, that was it. There was nothing else. I just had to put that in. So I was like, okay, to get to the next menu, next set of instructions, I had to enter that. So I enter it. And they're like, your package has been delivered. I'm like, yes, it has. Thank you. I can't get it, but I can't say that because it's a robot. And I'm not trying to sound like a boomer here, but dear God, can I talk to a human? That's like all I'm thinking of. Because like I have to talk to a human. I can't ask this robot for help with the problem I'm having. For like 15 minutes, I'm going through the options. And I'm sitting in my car at the mailboxes with my phone in my hand. After 15 minutes, I just yell into the phone, let me speak to a fucking human. Right? I'm like just mad. And because, by the way, it was supposed to come Tuesday. I was after work. I was free all day Tuesday, and I was off Wednesday. So I'm thinking I got all night to set this up, all day to game with it, because Wednesday was the first ultrasound appointment for me and my girlfriend for our baby. So I knew that was coming up at 2 p.m. So I'm like, okay, I got this at 11 a.m. I'm excited. Of course, I'm going to want to mess with it right away. I'll have 3 hours before I have to leave to mess with it. So these, like, I can't get the mailbox open and I can't talk to a human. So, like, almost 30 minutes, 45 minutes has gone by and I haven't even gotten the thing out. Something that I just thought I was just going to go turn the key and get it. So that's like a bit of frustration. And on top of it getting lost in the mail, taking a while to get here. So, yeah, I'm just like, let me speak to a fucking human. And no joke, the response is, it sounds like you'd like to talk to an employee. And I'm like, yes. So literally, like, yes, please. So, like, okay, we'll transfer you to one. But in the meantime, we'd really like to help you if you would just tell us the problem. And I'm like, I'm gonna blow up on this robot. You know, like, if they have a voice recording of me talking to this robot, dude, that could be a YouTube video. But so the robot's like, oh, well, all of the representatives or whatever are busy, so the wait time is 30 minutes. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like, jeez. Like, I have no other choice. So I go, and they were like, we'll call you in 30 minutes. And goodbye, and they hung up. And I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like, I'm so, like, this is so frustrating. At this point, it's 12 o'clock. I have 2 hours, and I'm waiting 30 minutes. I'm like, man, like, this is just not going my way. I get up back to my house. I'm telling my mom. I'm like, I can't get the key open. I couldn't do it. I couldn't talk to a human. Blah, blah. So my mom's like, okay, well, I got to go to the post office anyway because I have to drop a package off, which is funny because she never really has to do that. So it's coincidental. She's like, I'll take the key with me and I'll tell them about it. So she takes the key and I out the window, I'm like, feel free and try the mailboxes, but I couldn't get it to open, you know. And so she leaves. And actually not too long after she leaves, I get a call. It probably did take about 30 minutes because we talked and I ranted for about 30 minutes before she left. They call. Well, it's a lady, you know, and she's like, what's the problem? Well, I could tell that this lady was from a foreign country. And I'm thinking, what are the, like, okay. I'm like, that's fine, as long as she can help. She's like, okay, well, what's the tracking number? Give her the tracking number. Okay, and what's the problem? I'm like, I can't get into the parcel box. The key doesn't work. She goes, you have to contact your local post office. Not me. I'm like, what do you mean? I did. So I contact my local post office, but the person that called me back was just one of their, like, call centers from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And she can't even help me with the problem. Well, so she's like, well, I can try and transfer you to your local post office. And I'm like, I'm not being mean to the lady at all. I don't do that. I was just getting mad at the robot. But as she's like, okay, what's the address? I go to say it. Who pulls up? I look out the window. I see my mom walking towards the door with a package in her hand. I just hung up the phone. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" She opens the front door. She goes. I was like, "How did you get the package?" She goes, "I don't know. It opened right up." And I, like, couldn't help but just, like, laugh. Because I'm telling you, I tried to open this box. It's not rocket science. Well, come to find out, because I've just never... They installed new mailboxes where I live, and I haven't had to get anything out of the parcel box since then. There's, like, a trick to it where you have to, like... You have to put the key down... Because all it says on the thing is put the key in and turn to the right. That's all it says. Well, my mom said that what you actually have to do is, like, push the key in and, like, press down. Like, you have to, like, pretty harsh press down because the key's messed up. It's not something I just wouldn't have thought to do. I was, like, wiggling it and stuff, but I wasn't pressing down or up. Because she just, like, gets it open. I'm like, okay. I kind of felt dumb. But
yeah.
But yes, she gets it open. So that was my journey to part of me getting mad is I'm thinking the mail person left the wrong key.
Yeah.
So I'm like getting mad, but it's like sure enough, I just didn't get the box open. So that's my retro tink story of me yelling at a robot, and
I'll tell
the
you what
problem's not
though.
even there.
What would have been like even funnier is if when you're talking to the person at the call center and they transfer you to the local post office, it goes back to the robot.
Dude, I would have lost it. I'm telling you,
That would have been like
dude, if
perfect.
that would have happened, oh, and dude, it could have. I don't know, because it didn't
I
get
thought
that
that's where
far.
the story was
Because I
going. I
hung
thought
up,
that's where the yeah. So I thought that's where like was
dude.
going for a
Oh my
second.
god, I'd have went ballistic. Oh my,
That would have been
I
the funniest.
if I if the if she'd be like, I'm transferring your call now, and I hear the phone ring, and I hear that robot lady answer, I would, my god, I'd be on the news. I'd be on the news, man. I'd be on the news over a retro game upscaler. I'd be on the news.
Oh my god.
But
But that is
um,
stupid. That it's like a sounds like the boxes are just like broke. They just
well,
don't work.
yeah, they put in new
Or the
boxes, but they didn't
key.
put in new like locks.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, it was really dumb. Also, it's just dumb that you can't. They don't like because they wrote with like like marker on the plastic part of the key, like, oh, this is for parcel 5, and then the parcel box has like Sharpie on it, says 5, but
yeah.
it just every time it rains, it comes off because
Yeah.
it literally is just a whiteboard marker on like a laminated thing.
Okay.
So it just when it rains, it gets wiped off. It's terrible. Just put a sticker, but um, but yeah. So sorry, I had to tell that story. But yes, I got the retro
No, it is
tink.
fun.
I got the retro tink, and I got it set up. Everything's good.
Looks good.
It
Good,
looks
right?
fantastic. I love it. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, man, I don't want to spend this much money on something. Let me try and find the cheap alternatives. But the reality is, you're gonna spend so much money on these cheap alternatives and never be happy. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet, do the one big purchase, and just be satisfied. And that's where I'm at. I'm super satisfied. No input delay at all. Looks like emulator quality. The CRT filters look fantastic. Like it actually mimics a CRT so well. I don't play with it on, but it is cool. The only problem I'm kind of running into, and it's not a retro tink problem, and it's just kind of like the retro tink and my capture card, they have a hard time communicating to each other properly. So it takes a little bit for me to get the signal to come through on my capture card, which wouldn't be an issue for a normal person just using this to play on their TV. But since I run it through a capture card and play through my computer and stuff, it's just like a little extra step. But I haven't plugged it into just my TV yet to see how that looks on the big screen, like real big screen. Should look great. So I ended up, for anybody that like wants to get a RetroTink 5X, that's the one I got. Newest one other than the 4K, but the 4K is like $1,000. All I had to do was I had to buy the RetroTink itself. Comes with the cable you need, the power cable, whatever. It's just a micro USB. And then you just have to buy the cables for the systems you want. So PS1, they recommend for playing PS1 games to play on an original PS1 and use the RGB SCART connection. So I bought PS1 to SCART, I bought PS2 to component, I bought GameCube to component, and I bought Super Nintendo to SCART. So pretty much the 4 main systems I would play. I got all the cables for that. And again, don't cheap out on cables, because if you're going to be buying a RetroTink, you're not putting $20 tires on a Lamborghini. I mean, you just gotta, if you're going to get the RetroTink, get the good cables. Don't cheap out on those. I
That's
went
one
through,
thing that's like hard to explain to people. That like same thing with like controllers. Don't get
yeah.
like cheap controllers.
Yeah,
But
so
people
like,
are like, "Oh, this one's like $5, and real like right like the one for like the PlayStation's like $25." It was like get $25 one for
yeah,
last
just
forever.
yeah, no, 100%. Because if you get the
Work
cheap
like
cables,
100%.
basically you're gonna spend $350 on an upscaler. Use these cheap cables, and you're getting half the image quality because you're using cheap cables. Like you're not utilizing it to its full potential. You have to get the good cables. and I didn't even break the bank with the cables. I bought the PS1 cable for $30, PS2 cable for $30, Super Nintendo cable for $30, and then the GameCube one was 60 because that one's a bit more. It's just whatever. But like, all in all, it's not that bad. But yeah, again, super awesome. So I'm not gonna. I've been playing a lot of games lately, and it's literally just been I want to see how this looks. I want to see how this looks. You know,
Okay,
kind of just
yeah.
So like, and dialing in the settings. So the only thing I haven't tested yet is Super Nintendo. I'll probably be doing that tonight. But I had to. That was actually the one reason I sent Ryder a picture. I reorganized my room. I wanted my computer desk back over by my TV stand, so that way my systems were just there, and I could just plug them in. Because where my computer was, I had to unplug the system, carry it over, find a spot for the system on the desk, hook it up, and then when I wanted to do the next system, I had to unplug it, put it. So it's like now I have all the systems are just right there. All I have to do is plug in whatever video cable I need for that system. But it's like I put in Symphony of the Night. Looks so good. I mean, oh my god! Like you couldn't convince me I'm playing on an original PS1. Like it genuinely just looks like I'm playing on an emulator. PS2 looks great. PS2 and GameCube apparently are kind of one of the harder ones to get looking really good because that system really utilized the scan lines of a CRT to hide the jaggy edges. But I don't have a problem with jaggy edges, and they're not even that bad. I'm completely fine with it. It's a fucking 20 plus 30 plus year old game. We're talking here, so it's like it's fine. I'll deal with it. But still looks fantastic. Um yeah, so super happy. I played a little bit of Symphony of the Night. I played some Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on GameCube, some Luigi's Mansion on GameCube, Wind Waker GameCube. Those looked, or not Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. All those looked awesome. I dialed in some good GameCube settings. I was playing like Downhill Domination on PS2, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I played some Tenchu on PS1. So yeah, super. I'm excited to pop in like Xenogears. I did some Dragon Quest 8. That looks good. So
Cool, you got that. Now it's going to suck when you pop in all these games. Like, oh man, I can play this right now.
Oh, dude,
play this right now.
Well, because like,
I can play this.
Think about it like this, because you also have the CRT setup, but it still has an inconvenient factor to it. When you think about playing a PS2 game right now versus playing a PS4 game, PS5 game, I mean, which one's easier? You know, like the reality is, yeah. So now imagine if next to your PS5 is just a PS2, and you can just put a disc in and turn on your TV and play, and it looks great on that TV. It's like the convenience is just awesome to not have to go through the CRT. I love CRT, I really do, but this is just a really convenient thing. So now I can like be playing like Dragon Quest 8 on my original PS2 on my one monitor, have like a video up on the side, or like listening to the Two Broke Gamers podcast. You know what I mean? So like, it's definitely gonna be awesome. I can stream it, record, do whatever. So I'm just really stoked on it, and I'm loving it. I'm super happy with it. But I haven't sat down and like really played anything on it. I can't help but like put in another game. I'm kind of in that like roulette right now. So other than Unicorn and me just messing around with the Retro Tink, I think that's pretty much all I've done.
So it really didn't change for us then. Pretty much the same stuff we've been playing.
Yeah. I'm just kind of stuck in the loop of trying games out, which now I'm like, do I actually want to play Xenogears, or do I want to play something else? You know, I'm like, it's just never ending. But yeah, so super cool, super happy with it. Sorry that was a little bit of a long tangent, but I hadn't really got to tell Ryder anything about it, and I just wanted to talk about
I
it
didn't hear nothing about it.
because I'm very happy with it. And next time you come over, you know, we'll just be able to kick back on the big screen and play, and it'll just be what it is, co-op a game and finish Great Greed.
Yeah, we got to finish Great Greed, without doubt. That's like the one thing we have to do when I come over.
Yeah,
we're like so close. We have like what, like 2 hours left.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably so close. Yeah, we'll have to try and set something up. It does suck, like, us being on like different schedules, because I always feel bad when you're here, and then it's like I'm going to bed, and you're like, damn, I'm gonna be up for another 8 hours. Like, and then like I wake up at like 10, and then you end up waking up early because I'm up, and I'm like, I know it's just like completely destroys your sleep. So, uh, maybe there's a better way to do it. I don't know, but
Speaking of, good segue here.
oh god,
Okay, so my dad went to DNK yesterday, right?
yeah,
He picked up a bunch of stuff, got like 4 boxes of cereal and stuff like that. He got these chicken patties. His friend Tim said that they're like really good. They're like spicy chicken patties. Well, like later on, because usually we eat like maybe 9ish, around 9ish. So I get hungry then around like 4 in the morning, somewhere
mm-hmm.
around there. So I make like another meal for me to eat. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna try these chicken patties. So I got 2 of them out. They're not like they're not like the Tyson ones where it's like a perfect circle.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? It's more like a grilled, and it's like kind of like jagged, and they're actually pretty big size. I get them out. I'm like looking at them, like, man, these things are like they look like they came from hell themselves. They're like bright red, like Satan cooked them up. And I put them on, and I put them in. They started bubbling in there. I got them out, put them on a sandwich, took a bite. No bullshit here, no lie. These chicken sandwiches were the hottest fucking thing I have ever had in my life, dude. They were
Damn.
so spicy, like unbelievably spicy, right?
Wow.
Like I took like one bite and I had to like drink like a whole bottle of water. Like I was sitting there, I'm sweating, I had made leftover baked potatoes, and I'm like eating with sour cream, bunch of sour cream on those to try to like cool my mouth down. I got ranch out to like pour on the chicken to like maybe it'll cool it down. I, I'm just suffering eating these sandwiches. Right?
It sounds
Like,
like it.
like you remember that like volcanic Mongolian beef bowl that was like a free item?
Yeah,
That I had.
yeah.
These were like 5 times as hot as that thing. These things are brutal, like brutal, to the point where, sad to say, I didn't get to bed till like 9 in the morning, right? And I've been up since 12, so I got about 3
Wow.
hours of sleep because I've been shitting all fucking day, dude. My stomach is messed up from these chicken
Dang.
sandwiches, dude. These things are killing me, man.
Well, it's
Starting
crazy.
to feel better now, but oh my god, dude. I'm like 12 o'clock. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like down there like 30 minutes in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, I'm just suffering.
Well, it's funny because I was like cleaning my room, organizing it, and I get a message from the group chat at like what 2:33.
It's like 2:30.
Yeah, and I'm like, I see. Okay, for those who don't know, we have a group chat. It's just me, Ryder, and Tucker. I am Tuckalicious on YouTube, and it's just like a retro game chat, just a chat in general. But the group chat is called Great Greed, and I think Ryder's name is God Greed. Tucker is Good Greed, and I am Great Greed, so I am the game. But so I get a message from the group chat, and I'm like, oh, it's Tucker, and then I'm like, wait, that doesn't say good, that says God Greed. I'm like, what's this motherfucker doing awake?
I thought that when I messaged, I'm like, if he's going to say something, I'm literally going to reply like, I'm going to save it for the pod. I'm going to save it for the pod. Explain the chicken sandwiches. These chicken sandwiches, dude. Oh, sure.
I just assumed okay. I don't know why I didn't say anything. I guess part of me was like, maybe you just like woke up, responded, and went back to bed, but like you don't really do that, so I don't know.
Nah.
But yeah,
I've probably woken up at like 2, looked at the messages, and then fell back asleep.
Yeah.
I usually wouldn't respond.
Yeah. But that's insane. Like, because you're not good with spicy food, and I'm not good with spicy food. I'm not good either.
Sir.
So, dude, I kind of wish we like bit into them together or something. You know what I mean? Well, I'm glad I didn't, but
No, my dad literally said he's like,
uh,
because it's like a big bag of these chicken like
yeah.
patties now that we have, and he's like, "Would Ray like these?" I'm like, "No, he doesn't like spicy food at all." I'm like, no.
Dude, God, I couldn't. I like. I'm. I like spicy. Like if I go to Chick-fil-A, I'll get the spicy chicken sandwich, and it's spicy, but not like. I don't like spicy where I'm not enjoying my meal. Like I'm not trying to fight it. You know, I'm trying to eat. I'm not trying to defend myself against my food. So
Yeah, with these, I had two sandwiches, and the first one, I literally was like taking a bite, drinking like tea, drinking water,
yeah,
take a bite, doing this.
have some
Then the
milk with your
second
chicken
sandwich,
sandwich.
yeah. Then the second sandwich, I went the opposite route. I'm like, I gotta finish this as quick as possible to minimize the damage it can do to me. So I just ate it like
Well,
really fast. I was like, bomb, 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 and just like speed ran the sandwich.
there's probably a legitimate like reasoning behind this. But you ever notice when you're eating something spicy, it's like, oh, you bit into the spicy chicken sandwich and your mouth's on fire. You take another bite and it goes away for a little bit.
Yeah,
I wonder why that
yeah.
is. Like you can almost like counteract it
No,
temporarily by chewing on another bite of it, but then it just comes back again, of course. But I always found that
I don't
interesting.
know, but like this was like this was too much for me,
Yeah,
man.
too much.
Like I could eat like if I get like pizza and you put like red peppers on it, you know, like red peppers
Hmm.
shaped like grounded up red pepper, and that's like a little spicy. Like that's fine to me. Like I could deal with like that type of spice. Or like tacos where they get like a little spicy to them.
Yeah, yeah.
But this was like this literally felt like where what I assume people that like eat spice, where they're just like doing it for like the
A
thrill of it.
challenge.
Just
Oh,
yeah, like a challenge. Yeah, where it's like I just want to do it to say I do. That's what it felt like eating these
yeah.
sandwiches.
It felt like you should have been recording.
Nah, yeah, dude, it was not fun.
That's crazy,
The
dude. I
chicken
bet your
itself
face
was
was
good
bright
though.
red too,
Dude,
sweating and.
my shirt was soaked in sweat,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Sweat. I had my nose was runny. Oh, I had like 3 paper towels there, just me blowing my nose. It's like, oh my dude, it was not looking pretty for me yesterday.
That
Oh
is
my god,
insane.
it was
That's
so
rough.
fun. I was really upset too because I really like chicken. So
Yeah, but you
man, it's
don't. Yeah, don't want
like
to
20
fight.
chicken patties that just kind of get wasted because I'm not going to eat them. I told Dad he needs to like at least try one because Jesus, he's
Why
better with
did
spice than me.
Why did you say his friend dropped him off? He didn't like him, or what is it?
No, he said his friend recommended
Oh, recommend. That's right.
them.
Yeah, you went to D&K and got him there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that yeah, Tim said that they're like really good. Then my dad was like, I don't even know if these are the right ones because Tim's in like the Outer Banks right now, so you can't like call him up.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even know if they're the right ones. I'm like, well,
They
if they
there
are,
ain't
then
no way they
he's a
are.
loon. Yeah, I'm like, if they are, then he's a lunatic, dude, because these things are too much, man.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh,
abysmal.
you know what though? I know what we're having for supper tonight because we started not making it, but we prepared it earlier, and we're having baked mac and cheeseburgers. So that's gonna make up
That's
for
good.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
throw some
that's
spice
gonna
on
make
that.
up for it. Thank God.
That sounds much better, much more tolerable.
Um, what else interesting happened? I don't want to talk about work.
I mean, do whatever, man. If it's funny, I'm always down for a good story.
So, guess you didn't show up Monday,
Okay, okay, okay. Wait a minute.
right?
Well, isn't it only you two on Mondays?
Yes.
Okay.
So she called up Drool to come in. So it
Oh,
was me and
okay.
Drool. It was me and Drool on Monday, which I was just like, whatever. Apparently, she left early Sunday because she wasn't feeling good.
Must ate
Okay.
them chicken patties.
Must ate them chicken patties. Yeah. Honest to God, dude, if I ate the chicken patty, if I had to work today, I probably would have almost called off. How I was feeling when I woke up. Dude, those things, man. But yeah. Then she took off Monday, so it was me and Jewel. Then she was there Tuesday, but she's like, yeah, my arm really hurts.
Mm.
And she was, I'm not even kidding, dude. It was like me and the boys, all the boys were there, breaking down the truck, breaking down the skids.
Mm-hmm.
She just stood there watching. Stood there watching.
Man, you notice a lot of people around here just stare at you while you work. For those wondering, that's just me memeing because she said that, and she's the only one that does it. So just clarify.
Yeah. And I was like, whatever, dude. At least I didn't have to do a super amount of work on Tuesday. We had left early Tuesday too because we got done everything by like 1 o'clock.
Nice.
We ended up leaving around like 3.
Well, I say nice, but like I don't know. I mean, the reality
really.
is like any time you can get out of there is a pretty good day. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're making nickels and dimes anyway.
Um. Yeah, so we got off early Tuesday, and like Tuesday, they're shipping the floors today and yesterday and today. So like we had a bunch of stuff in the back that we can't take out. Dude, the place looks like a mess right now because they have like everything on skids just sitting in the back, like in the middle of the aisles. It
Wow.
looks horrible because they had like you had to have them on skids so they can move them.
Yeah.
You know, and it looks really bad. Like there's like no room. Like if you go to like you could either go like towards like the cold stuff or like towards like where the aisles are, but you got to go like almost the whole way down the straight line. There's like no break in between. They have them all like right next to each other.
Mm.
But that's
Wow.
apparently they're going to be done today. So, and then of course she was like, "Yeah, all this other stuff we got like Tuesday. Can you take that out Saturday?" I'm like, "Oh, sure."
Yeah.
Then
Man.
probably the damn store manager's going to come up to me. "Yeah, you busy tonight? Can you do my job for me too?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, all right."
You know, I really like the way you did that. Yeah, butter you up.
Really? I like the way you do this. Can you do this thing that you're not supposed to do, that I'm supposed to do? It's like,
I
I
really
don't
like
have
the way
enough
you
time.
crammed 30 gold bonds onto the shelf.
That'd be funny.
That's I guess I'll tell him real quick, but basically the way it worked there is, you know, you've I mean, I know it's just like it's not rocket science, but basically it's like, oh, you have 8 gold bond hand creams. If 8 can fit on the shelf, you just put 8. You don't put 9, you don't put 10, you don't put product behind product, you just do 8, fill it up, put the rest in back in the box, backstock it. That was the rule for us. But when you're a manager, you just get to take the 30 pack of Gold Bond and just shove 30 of them into the one spot where you're supposed to have 8 of them and just let all of them explode back behind a bunch of other products and just become this absolute horrid mess. And it was funny because it's like if we did that, they'd throw a fit.
Yeah.
But they do it and they're just like, oh well. It's like, okay. It's like
The funny thing about that too is like, for example, that one there was probably like you probably fit like 12 on the shelf, right?
yeah.
But then they it says there they come in like 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you would order it when it's pretty low, especially that because it's like they don't like nobody's going to the grocery store for that.
Yeah.
So you feel they would order it, so they were like ordering it like either when it was full or they would order like 3 packs.
I would say it's like, okay, so it's empty. Okay, buy 2 boxes. 2
I
boxes.
wouldn't even do that. I would screw that. Just buy one, and then when it gets low, buy another one.
But I'm saying if it comes in packs of 8 and it fits 12, you can put 1.5 boxes up and then just have 4.
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah.
So it's like you just have 4 left over. That's no big deal. You can order 2 boxes.
It's literally like it was like full and they ordered like 3 and then they
that's the thing. It's like
ridiculous.
And it's not even like it was a sale item. Nothing was on nothing. You know, it's like it's just crazy because I guarantee you to this day, not all of there's probably still how many there, you know? That stuff's not flying off the shelves. It's hand cream. No. Like it's not Ritz crackers. It's hand cream. So it's funny. Yeah, that it's common. You gotta start keeping attendance on her every time she comes in. Like that like when you get a schedule. Did you know you called off 3 days? You left early these days.
I know. I already got a fill-in spot for next week. She told me. So I can't come in here. I got like a baby shower to go to.
I mean, that's a lot nicer. Like just hey, here's a heads up. But it's like I'm leaving early. Which, to be honest, every time she said she was leaving early, I was like, thank God. Like, hell yeah.
That's how I am now, dude. Because I'm like just let me be alone. Just,
yeah.
You know.
Like the only reason we ever got to find out about the Gold Bond problem was because she left early, and we were like, we're just gonna dick around for an hour because we'd done what we needed to do. We did our job.
Me
But
and
it's
you
like,
literally were dicking around for an hour because the other guys were still kind of working,
yeah,
even though we were doing everything we needed to do. So
yep,
we were kind of like doing other stuff for other people, for like the managers. But me and you were literally just sitting there with the gold bond for like 30 minutes, like doing nothing,
yeah.
dude.
We're like
Funny.
analyzing this gold bond just because like it would. It's like do that, get paid for that hour, or leave. It's like I'll just get paid for the hour, mess around with the gold bond. Just funny.
Nah, but like I don't know, man. I'm just like she leaves, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Because like on Monday, like I took out the sales skid, did all that stuff, and then like I'm just thinking, I'm like, nobody else would leave like does like the stuff that I will do.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll be in the back, I'll be like, I'm gonna organize this real quick. It's like nobody would do that. They just like leave it there complaining about it. Like, why don't you just like organize?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
And that's one of the biggest problems is even like Laurel has I don't know if I've ever said her name on here, but Laurel's my girlfriend for those asking. She does a really good job at her job. And the thing is nobody else does, but everybody gets paid the same, and now they just expect her to do it right and they don't expect anyone else to do it. So it's like she's almost put herself in a bad situation just because she's doing things right and taking the initiative and taking extra effort, when in reality she just shouldn't, and just get paid the same and do half the work. But I always tell her that in that environment it's not good, but when you land like another job, more of a career style job, everybody's going to have the same mentality, and then it just becomes a better workplace. But with the job you have and the job she has, it's like nobody feels the need to do that because like does anybody there, it doesn't seem like anybody there um has any desire or anything to like move up or go anywhere else. Like they seem like they're pretty much just going to be there forever. No ambition
I
is the
will
word I was looking
not.
for.
I will not.
I know
I can
you
tell you
won't. I
that.
know you won't. Yeah.
But
It's
yeah, I agree with like everybody else.
and no ambitions. Not that they could drive themselves there anyway, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it's funny.
everybody, like what 3 people get dropped off.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Actually, 4 people.
I felt
Actually,
weird
4 people
driving
get
myself.
dropped
I'm
off.
like, am I not supposed to do this?
Drew drives himself because he did get a car. I don't know
Nice, finally.
he did get a yeah, he got a car.
How long until it's crashed? Episode 10?
Yeah,
Episode
that's what
10
I
to
was
be
wondering,
opening
dude.
up with the crash. As long as he's okay and it's safe, it'll be funny, but
Yeah, so Drew and
Sardine.
Sardine. Yeah, that's
Okay, so because that's just how we're gonna reference him, we call Drool because he literally drools when he talks. That's just what it is. We're not gonna say his name. And then the other one we call Sardine because the one day Ryder wasn't working and I'm sitting in the break room and he comes in and he grabs his like lunch, which is not really a lunch, it's just a snack, and it's sardines. And I mean, the break room is just stinking up a storm. It smells so bad of these sardines. So I messaged Ryder. I'm like, dude, he's eating sardines, man, and I can't take it. It smells horrible. And like a week later, Ryder sends me a message when I'm off. He's like, he's eating sardines, and it's horrible. So then he just became Sardine. Call him Sardine. I don't think we have a nickname for the boss lady. Just tardy. I don't know. I mean tardy is in late and leaving.
Yeah, I understood. I understood it. I knew what you meant.
I mean, either way you want to look at it, I guess
Like
works.
sickly, just like the sickly.
Yeah.
We'll come up with one eventually.
Yeah, but yeah. So I just wanted to clarify because that's pretty much what we're just going to refer to him as. So
The new guy, I keep calling him a narcissist. So I guess that's his name for now.
Narc.
I literally was like, I number a couple of things. Basketball was the one, so I was kind of just wanting to watch basketball highlights. But like the last couple of days, I literally just went to the very back room, grabbed like a chair, and like went to like the corner and just been eating by myself in like the back room.
Not even going to where he's going to be.
No.
He
Like,
gate kept you out.
yeah, I'm just like, man, let me be like by myself. by myself, and I can like go on my phone and like listen to
Yeah.
like mainly because I want to listen to basketball highlights because basketball playoffs are on right now. So, what else? Oh, I went to the doctor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just a
Went to the
checkup or
doctor. Yeah, it was a checkup. Well, it was like a follow up to last time, I guess.
last time like 8 years ago?
No, last time was like 3 months ago.
Okay.
Uh, you're supposed to have blood work done. We didn't get the blood work done. Me and Dad suck, but
Yeah.
it's mainly because my blood pressure's really high.
Hmm.
So I went in, my blood pressure's really high, and they're gonna put me on blood pressure medicine to bring it down.
Okay.
It's like stays at like 160 over 90.
Hmm.
It's like in general, like that's it. So that's not good, like at all.
Yeah.
So I gotta be put on blood pressure medicine. That and they're giving me like something to help with like my anxiety, which probably does not help with my blood pressure.
I was gonna say your blood pressure's caused because of the people you work with.
Yeah.
That's good though. It's
But
always
yeah.
good to get it taken care of.
So
I
I
hate
get
those
two
fuck doctors.
things. Yeah, so we get two things done. Then we have to get blood work done, hopefully relatively soon. I think my next appointment's in like August, so pretty long time in between appointments, but whatever.
You know what I noticed with like medical stuff? People will be like, "Oh my god, you have this. This is dire. You need to get surgery. How about in 6 months?"
Yeah.
Like they're so quick to be like, "Oh my god, this is a serious situation." Yeah. We'll get you in like 6 months, and then like 6 months come up. Actually, we gotta reschedule. It's like, okay, how serious is it? It's like, you say it's serious, but you're not. You're not rushing me to the hospital, and you're telling me to wait weeks and months, and that's
The my last appointment, not the one that just happened, but like I had like a mini appointment really, where I had to go to the doctor, and that one got
Mhm.
canceled and got rescheduled, and all I had to do was go in and get my blood pressure taken and leave, which is like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
It took like 5 minutes. I didn't know that's what I was only doing because I went in and they're like, "Oh, your blood pressure. Oh, okay. Let me take it again. Oh, okay. All right, you're good to go." I'm like, "What? That's literally all I was here for." Okay. We were there for like 5 minutes. That got rescheduled for like a
Mhm.
week later. It's like, wow, didn't have time for 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's
Oh
like, yeah,
man.
it's like what is possibly going on? But you know, that's that's the thing with doctors, man. They'll reschedule a lot. But yeah, it's good. Good. Everything's good.
I mean, everything's
Well,
not
I
good.
mean, well,
It's not good.
I realize what I said. It's good that you're getting things taken care of. I don't know why I said everything's good. I meant everything will be good or should be, but
It's not
whoops.
bad. It's not like terrible.
Yeah. It's something that if you can like keep an eye on it starting now, it shouldn't have to develop into anything worse. It's just when you neglect stuff like that is when it really gets to become problematic. Um, we the ultrasound appointment yesterday for the first ultrasound for the baby went good. Everything was like just as it should be. Nothing nothing crazy.
Do you have you know the gender, or are you going to let it choose?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
It's a stupid joke.
Okay.
Do you know it yet, or I don't know how
No.
long it takes to know it?
Normally like 18 years, right? Okay.
All right,
All
all
right.
right, stop.
Anyway.
They're gonna think we're on like we're different than we actually
No, we're
are.
not.
So
We
let's
don't
not.
care. It's if we joke about something, it's because we absolutely are not serious. Like we do not care. We're not. We're not. But yeah, no.
Man, they call it out ultrasound, but they take a picture. You should call it ultra picture. You know what I mean?
Yes. Jesus Christ. You know what's funny is there was
Anyway,
no
go.
sound yesterday. But anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah. So we will know the gender pretty much by the next appointment, which is whenever we set up the appointment, because right now she's gonna get in the work, like she's getting um looped around by work because she should have had her benefits kick in by now and have health insurance, but they're like taking their sweet time and not doing it. And this test that you have to do is like pretty expensive, but insurance will just cover it. So we're just trying to get the insurance already, and so her work's just being annoying about it. So once we get the insurance set up and all that, we'll be good. But yeah, once we find
Sounds like
out,
America.
yeah, I know, right? Um, once we find out, we are different. We want to find out as soon as we can. We're not going to hide it, all that, because the way I look at it is, you do whatever you want, right? But I want to know as soon as possible, so that way you can just prepare and know, okay, if it's going to be a girl, you can theme things around it, and if it's going to be a boy, you can theme things around it, and you just it's just nice to know, so you can get clothes and certain things ahead of time. But yeah, but everything went good. They had to kind of give us like a crash course on like, they didn't give us a counseling of how to be parents or anything. They just were like telling her what to not do. Don't drink, don't smoke, and all that. So, which is pretty easy because that never happened anyway. But you know what's crazy? The one thing I wanted to bring up, how weird doctor visits can be, because I don't understand how multiple doctors can tell you different things. Isn't there like a right answer when it comes to medical stuff? Because the one doctor's like, you can't have caffeine at all. The other doctor's like, you can have a little bit of caffeine. Then the one doctor's like, you can have as much caffeine as you want. I'm like, there's got to be a right answer. How can all three of you say something different? Because like, she's going the no caffeine route, because that's got to be the best route. But like, I just can't believe that three different doctors can tell you three different things. I just feel like that's not up to debate, is it?
Dude, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to medical stuff, it's like, this is a right answer. Like,
I mean,
if you
look how many
have
people
caffeine,
go to like.
what?
I was gonna say, look how many people go to like the doctors for like where they have like a stomach thing, and they'll be like, oh, it's like nothing, and they like die. It's like, oh, it's like cancer.
Yeah, it's
what
like,
do you mean?
because caffeine probably is bad for the baby. It makes sense to me. So I just feel like there's got to be science and research to prove that caffeine is not good for a baby in the womb. Like, isn't that? I don't know. I guess it's like, I guess for me, I don't feel like medical things. There's a right answer, and I just don't know which one it is. But everybody should just be. Every doctor should be kind of saying the same thing. They should be saying what's right, not, yeah, I don't know, I didn't, or I don't know, I don't think it's fine, or I think it's fine. It's like, what is it?
Maybe you should
But
go on like a caffeine exclusive diet, and then that way when the baby comes out, it'll just be walking around like my dream.
yeah. Uh, you know what's
Comes out
funny?
zooming. Drank too much Mountain Dew while I was in the womb.
Something I didn't really think about until Laurel said it, because when we were there, I was like, yeah, I was like, having this baby is gonna be definitely pretty weird, and it's gonna be awesome, but it's gonna be really weird. And I was like, it's gonna be like me and Ryder are gonna be hanging out, and it's like I'm just a dad. It's like I just got my baby, and she said something, and I didn't really realize until she said it. I'm like, it's kind of true, because she was like, how does Ryder feel about being an uncle? And I'm like, yeah, I guess technically that baby's just gonna look at you as Uncle Ryder, right? Like the way that I had family, like friends of my family that were just like, to me they're just like my uncle, but they're not. It's like that just happens if you're around them a lot. If it's your best friend and that kid's you're gonna be around a lot, like that kid's just gonna be like, oh, it's Uncle Ryder. So I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. That is pretty interesting. So don't be a shitty uncle, all right?
See how I go with kids.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. What experience do you have?
None.
That's what
So
I
I'm
mean.
not good with them.
You think I have? Dude, I barely got it either.
That's true.
But now the best thing about having a kid is like, I'm just gonna be like sitting down playing games. I'll never have to get my own drink, stuff like that. I think that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, bring me a beer.
No, I'm not gonna. That's like the most cliche like thing.
That is, yeah, I know. It's a real thing that happens. So sad to say. Are you guys picking out names or anything?
Not really.
Alucard.
Yeah, trust me. I've definitely shot some names out there that are just complete bullshit and funny, that are obviously not gonna happen. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess one thing I didn't mention about games I'm playing. I'm still playing Street Fighter 6. I'm grinding still, trying to rank up, and I've been playing. I still only play Zangief, so I was like, I named my kid Zangief, name my kid Alucard. What I say, like Master Chief.
Master Chief.
The one that I really thought was gonna stick was Dragon Quest Slime. No luck on that.
That's the whole name.
Come on, dude. The best Dibby,
Drag-
Dragon Quest Slime.
Dragon Quest Slime has like a trademark in his name.
Oh, you have to draw the T at the end with like half a sword. It's got to be a sword. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Because if you just name it Slime, that could mean too many things. Gotta be Dragon Quest Slime. But
Slime. It's like first name Dragon Quest, middle name Slime.
yeah. But no, like, what a name that would be. Yes. Oh my god, that'd be a long name.
Ironically, I'd love to see like if you could like look at like the increase in like kids being named after video game characters for like the last 10 years, because he definitely happened.
Well, and
A lot more kids being named after video game characters.
how many names are just not like you would have to just be told, because it's like if somebody just names their kid Titus, whatever, it's like, what was that from Final Fantasy? It's like, no, okay, like there's just certain names where it's like, but the ones that are like obvious, it's like Alucard. I mean, yeah, that's like
Alucard, yeah.
it's like, but like you pick that name and it's like just Dracula backwards. That sounds a little rough to explain that one. But no, as far as like actual names,
insane if that's your reason. Oh, it's Dracula backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, dude.
Man, what a psychopath.
They'd never let the baby come home with us. But no, we don't have like a list of names or whatever. A lot of like her parents keep trying to give us names, but the funny thing is that if you're gonna name somebody, or if you're like having a kid, you're never gonna pick a suggested name by someone else. I just feel like you're never gonna do that. It's gonna be a name she thinks of or I think of. We're not gonna pick an outside name, because it's like you don't want someone else naming your kid. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those, like, any name they throw out is kind of like off the list. But I figured names will just come, and again, don't know the gender yet, so I'm just trying to find that balance of not super common, but not like stupid. Like, I'm not trying to just be different to be different, but it's like, I don't want to name my kid Chris or Michael.
I think me and you are on the same line with that. I came up to the same conclusion years ago. For me, if I had a kid, I'd like it not to be named something. 'Cause I don't have like a generic name.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And what's crazy is I don't have a bizarre name, but I was still the only Ray in school.
Yeah.
And you were the only Ryder, so it's like, yeah.
Pennsylvania, probably.
Yeah, seriously. So it's like, I just feel like I want a name where it's like just different enough, but not like, I don't want my kid to be a substitute's worst nightmare either. So
yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, you don't want to name it after somebody you know. It's like if you have a friend, if you have like a loose friend named Michael, it's kind of like you don't want to name your kid Michael.
Yeah.
Will you name it after me? No. So
yeah. No.
I just figured the name will come to us, eventually. Maybe just name it once it's there. Maybe wait a week.
How about Fred Durst?
Yeah, Fred Durst. Yeah, that could be pretty good. Male or female name right there.
Break stuff.
Jesus Christ. Put that on the birth certificate.
Break stuff.
Durst.
What a name her. Buck Cherry.
Okay, now new topic. New topic. Hey, fucking Buck Cherry. Name my fucking kid Buck Cherry. You know what? You made me think of something.
What?
There's a new segment on this podcast that I just created. God. From here on out, whenever I drive my car, I will no longer use Bluetooth synced up to Spotify. I will only listen to the radio until a Buck Cherry song comes on. That is my new skit.
I'll do that too.
So from now on, I am not allowed to listen to music from my phone in my car until a Buck Cherry song comes on the radio.
Dear God, that'll maybe come on.
Yeah, and I will listen to stations that I know it could come on, of course.
Yeah. They
But
want to come on like the oldie station.
yeah, I'll probably listen to 105.7.
Yeah,
It would
like
definitely come on
98
there.
Rock.
Yeah,
98
exactly
Rock
those
was
two.
cool.
Yeah, but that'll be the new thing. By the way, Buck Cherry's my least favorite band of all time. It may be obvious, but
Every, every time I listen to like 105 or 98 Rock though now, I just like it's all like new music and I don't like it.
mm-hmm.
Not to be that guy, but
Dude,
like
that new Linkin
he
Park song
sucks.
is
I
so
didn't
bad.
I didn't even hear that, but
I
it'll be like,
oh
dude.
I love Chester
Oh,
Bennington. I love Linkin Park, right? But that new song, man, not good for me.
I'm just like, oh, here's Falling in Reverse. I'm like, these guys are playing on the radio
Yeah,
now, man.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
oh,
Even like 98 Rock's playing like Asking Alexandria.
yeah, stuff like
Like,
that.
dude,
Yeah, I'm
remember
like,
back when they were
oh,
like emo, like crazy, like emo
dude, I remember
screaming?
back. I remember back making fun of like the girls that listen to those
Yeah,
bands. Like, this stuff sucks. Black Veil Brides.
yeah,
Oh,
Black
so
Veil
this
Brides. Yep,
what
yep. No, it's just like
Sleeping with Sirens. Like, oh,
yeah,
son
Bring Me the
bitch.
Horizon. You had all those bands. It's just like
Attack.
Attack Attack. I wrestled a bear once.
That's like screamo,
Yeah,
screamo,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Female lead singer. But yeah, yeah, the radio, dude. Like basically when like for those wondering, if you listen to 98 Rock around here, you're gonna get like Jelly Roll, Disturbed,
Sound of Silence.
Shine Down. They
Oh,
come on
new
a lot.
Shinedown sucks. Yeah, new Shinedown sucks, man.
Linkin Park, Bad Wolves, and then you'll get like the Tom Petty, the like the Queen. You'll get stuff like that. Some Motley Crue. It is like a mixed bag of just kind of anything rock and metal, but it's just like not just
Actually listening to the radio because like I kind of like tune out at this
yeah,
point in my life. But then like also be like a Motley Crue song, and I'm like it's like Home Sweet Home or whatever. I'm
yeah.
like, I'm fucking sick of this shit, man. I hear this shit all the time. I've heard like you know what like Jack and Diane. It's like dude, I've heard this song
Little
1,000
ditty.
times in my life.
Hey, that song is
So don't
based for
so
one
no.
line. Sucking on chili dogs. That is the best line in music. I've never heard such a lyrical masterpiece in my life. Sucking on chili dog.
Dog outside days free.
I'm about to like completely flip the topic, but just a little thing back to gaming quick. sorry to talk about games on this podcast, but one of the things I wrote down to talk about because I thought of this. It's not something that is like crazy, like we've thought of it before, but genuinely, I was thinking to myself, what if Sony like had a state of play, right, and like say sometime soon, and they were just like they just said fuck it and they pulled a Hail Mary. What if they just decided to like release a PS2 game in 2024?
Oh, it's a bit insane.
Like any company. What if like Nintendo's like we're making a Super Nintendo game?
I
Because
wonder
like
what
couldn't
happened.
they could do that, right? Like there's no reason they
They could do
couldn't.
that. I
So
don't
it's
see
like
why.
I'm not saying they're going to, of course, but like
Not
dude,
going.
if I was PlayStation, if I was Sony, I don't know. I feel like I'd do it just to do it because that'd be crazy. It's like oh, and I'm not saying you go and get a big budget or anything or make go lose a bunch of money, but it's like I don't know, and I'm not even saying to make like Twisted Metal Black 2. Don't do that. Don't make another Eco. None of that. Just do like a random IP on the PS2. I don't know. I think that would be awesome. If game companies just decided to like release a game for one of their older systems, not make it a trend, just do it and just see what happens. I'd love to see that.
It's like it seemed like or it'd be like this like European country like developed a PS1 game like '06.
Well, yeah, because like like in some countries like the Mega Drive is still like super popular, the Master
Yeah,
System.
yeah.
I meant to say Mega Drive is the or Sega Genesis actually, I think. But in Japan or whatever. But yeah, the Master System like still has support. It's like I just think it'd be crazy if like Xbox or Sony or Nintendo or any or like Sega just like releasing a Dreamcast game because people make homebrews, so obviously people still do it. But I think it'd be crazy for one of the companies that made these systems to come out with a game. That'd be I don't know. I just thought it'd be awesome. It's kind of like a weird thing to talk about, but because I don't really know, not really much to say after that. I just think it'd be cool.
What if Sony goes back to jewel cases?
Dude, that'd be sick. I wonder,
S6 jewel
do you think they
case.
stopped doing jewel cases because of issues with damage during shipping?
I imagine because they broke a lot.
Yeah, I feel like
Pretty
they,
easily.
because what excuse can they have now? Oh, you know what? You want to know why Sony would never, ever, ever do a jewel case nowadays? They'd be forced to put a manual in there.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, it looks so ugly if they didn't have manuals.
Yeah, they wouldn't. No, probably
Unless
what they
they
would do is
just
like
did
a
like a
slip of
front.
paper. They would do
Yeah,
a
it's
slip
just
of
like a slip
paper.
of paper. Like yeah, just the slip of plate paper with the thing on it. Imagine if they didn't have that even. It's just like the empty. Oh, they look
Oof.
so ugly, dude. I have a
Oof.
couple of those, but I don't have the manual. Oh,
Yeah,
it looks
me too.
hideous.
Me
Oh, they look
too, and
hideous,
they're
man.
tucked away. I don't even want to look at them. Oh, man.
I have
Yeah.
ones that don't even have like the front, where it's just the bottom with like a disc
Oh,
in it.
wow. Nothing covering it?
Yeah, nothing covering it.
Wow.
It's like a crap game, so I don't really care. It's like
Yeah.
Madden 01 or something like that.
I found it was really cool finding replacement jewel cases on Amazon, like getting 20 of them for like $15. But the problem is they're not good. Like nothing beats the
No.
Sony PS1 official jewel case and just feel. Because even the ones I got, you have to like they don't open and close properly. And so it's like
I see.
I love the actual Sony ones. They make some really high quality because as soon as you replace the case, man, they feel like ass.
I guess the best bet there would be like buy cheap sports games. Would be like
No,
the best
seriously, yeah.
bet.
Well, remember that Sky Odyssey game I bought?
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet. Um, I gotta play it though. Uh, it I was like, I got it for $5, and I was thinking to myself, like, well, if the game sucks, at least I got a nice case. Because I no joke, I made sure to buy the one that had the nicest looking case, just in case.
Man, I'll tell you what. I kind of turned heel on PS2 cases. Not a big fan of PS2 cases anymore.
Hmm. What
I don't
makes
know
them
why.
different from like 360 and PS3 and for you?
I like the PS3 and like PS4, PS5 because like a little smaller. They're like a little smaller.
Oh, what do you not like the height of the PS2?
I guess so. I guess it's maybe the color.
Black?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like generic. Cause I liked the Xbox 360. I guess it's green, so it looks cool.
Yeah. Dude, it's
But
so
like, it's
funny
just
too when like you go to like a thrift store or something, you see green in a stack, you know what it is.
yeah. That is. See, that's why I like that.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
I
I know
like
what
that. I
that
like that.
is.
Yeah.
And like
It's like
the same with like
green's your
GameCube.
font.
Now, obviously the green's easier to spot from far away, but like if you're looking at a stack of games and you see that like on the far right side of a GameCube case, if you're looking at like the bottom edge of like a stack, and there's that square you can see through, you know it's a
There,
GameCube
yep.
game.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't know.
That's because that's how they were hanging, right? When they had them on display. Is that what
No.
that was for?
So what it
Or
was they would put like a plastic square down there that the employees had to remove because with that in there, it was a security thing and the case couldn't be opened. It was to prevent theft.
okay.
So like how nowadays they just gut the cases and put them on the shelf. Back then they didn't do that. So you'd have to go up to like at like Walmart. You'd have to get them to take the thing out.
Lazy.
Pretty weird.
That's just big thing. GameCube was really like anti-piracy. I mean,
Oh yeah.
small discs.
Nintendo
Like,
always has been. They're like I would say Nintendo more than any company because do you remember with the Dreamcast? Sega was like they took all these extra precautions to use certain things with the Dreamcast to prevent piracy, and lo and behold, it is the easiest system to play games
like,
on pirated
yeah, it was
games.
like completely backfire.
Yep,
Like did the complete
you can
opposite. Yeah.
you can play almost like anything on a Dreamcast. A Dreamcast, you can just if I had a way of doing it right now, I could just burn a Dreamcast game onto a CD, put it in and play instantly. There's nothing preventing me from burning a game. Like they yeah, completely backwards. So funny. But that's why Nintendo has those weird gimmicks. With the GameCube, they use mini discs because again, how you get piracy. The you know, they've always, you know, with the cartridges and then the Switch carts and then the DS carts. I mean, the only systems they had that I can that I know of that ever used discs, normal discs, was the Wii and Wii U. And
Wii. Speaking of Wii, shitty ass cases, horrible cases,
those have
the
got to be the
cheapest
worst.
cases.
They are so, dude. You know, like when you take one of those cases and you just like squish the middle of it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yes.
Oh my
The
god.
worst case.
And
Not to go back to our topic from last week about the Wii sucking.
no, but you know what's funny?
Goddamn, the Wii sucks. It
If
sucks,
you
man.
this goes to show how bad the cases are. If you ever find a Wii game out in the wild where the disc has been in the case for a while with no manual, there will be a legitimate disc imprint on the cover art. Because if anything got sat on top of that case, it smushed all the way down to the disc and formed as if like a Copenhagen can in a back pocket. Like, it's crazy how bad and flimsy those cases are. And what's even worse
So bad, man.
is when people use those cases as like DVD cases. It's like those cases are bad. I personally, my favorite cases, if we're talking like not jewel case, if we're talking PS2, Xbox, GameCube, that stuff, my favorite case is GameCube. They are one that is a sturdy, solid case. There is no give. There's no bullshit with those cases, and they're pretty. They're like tight to open too. Like you just don't have any problems with a GameCube case. They're built to last. Duralast. PS2, they're all right. I mean, I never like hated them. I would
They're
say
like built good.
what GameCube?
I said there's no. I think PS2 are
Oh,
built
PS2.
decent.
Yeah, like I
Not
think
as good as
they're all
GameCube.
right.
Not as good as GameCube, but
Yeah, GameCubes are tough.
they're built better than like 360.
Yeah, 360 is pretty flimsy.
PS3.
I think I don't know. Maybe I'm just way too nostalgic for PS2 to like. I love PS2 cases, I guess. Really looking at them, and then like, yes, PS1 cases are my favorite. Nothing
I
beats a
like
PS1 case.
Dreamcast uses jewel cases, right?
Yeah, Dreamcast. Yeah, Dreamcast,
They're
PlayStation
not
1,
as good as
pretty much
they're not
identical.
they're not as good as design wise as a PS1. I don't think.
Well,
What
I
else?
actually like the Dreamcast design a lot because when you're looking at the face of a PS1 game and there's that left spine just looking at the front and it just has that like bar pattern, if you know what I'm talking about, like the back art just has like a bar pattern.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know if you said anything, but and your mic just didn't pick it up, but
I said, yeah, I do.
okay.
I know what you mean.
But the um the Dreamcast, it says like Dreamcast going up the side. I actually like that. I know it's like a small little touch, but I like that. And then obviously the rest is pretty much right on par. Um,
I'm a big fan of like the clamshells. I don't like them personally.
I well, I'll take it over a Super Nintendo box, definitely, as far as protecting my game.
I like how like when people have a bunch of Super Nintendo boxes, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
But like the concept of the box kind of sucks because it's like
Yeah.
there's so many just got
Well,
thrown out. They're easy. They're so easy to get damaged.
I'm gonna say like when you have Sega Genesis games, you can store your games in the case and feel happy about it, but you're not gonna store your Super Nintendo carts in the box because you don't want to have to open it every time and wear out that cardboard. Like my Kirby's Avalanche, I have the box in a protector on the shelf, but the game is not in the box.
Literally, how it would
it's
be
like
if
the
I
worst
had like
place to
if
be.
I had like any of the boxes like NES, SNES, Nintendo 64. I would have all of them out like the cartridges in like a separate area. Then all the box would be like somewhere like
Yep.
away from everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like on the shelf, kind of.
But they look awesome, 100%, because like
They do look,
the,
they
like
look
the
awesome,
art's
yeah.
right there on the front. Yeah, they look awesome. That's why I went ahead and bought some reproduction boxes for like $2 a piece because they looked awesome just to have on the shelf for games I own. What about DS? Okay, what other? Let me get back to what I wanted to say first. What all has jewel cases? Because you had PS1, you had some PS1 long box, as well as like the Sega CD and like Sega
Not like
Saturn.
the long box. Yes, I do not like the long box.
I don't like Sega CD Saturn. I don't like those.
I need to look them up.
They're like basically PS1 long box jewel cases.
Oh, is that what that is? That
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I don't like them.
Um, yeah. What? Anyone else use a jewel case? I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the 32X. Oh wait, not 32X. That's not even a
That's the
disc. I was
cartridge.
gonna say it's
Yeah,
not even a disc.
that's cartridge.
I meant to say the TurboGrafx. The TurboGrafx CD. I don't think that was jewel cases, but I can't remember because it came in boxes. I don't know if maybe the jewel case was in the box. I don't know.
I know a couple of things that did do that. They had a box and it would come with like a jewel case in the
Yeah,
box.
I think the TurboGrafx did that. That's a system that I actually am very interested in, but like I think it'd be really awesome to own a TurboGrafx with some of the games, but it's just become too expensive. I can't jump into that collecting realm. Same with like the Saturn. Just to get like a decent game, you're broke.
Yeah, these look like jewel cases here. So.
Yeah. Okay.
DS, you mentioned DS though. I like DS. I like the DS cases a lot.
The DS cases are a lot better than 3DS cases. I'll say that. 3DS cases are a bit slimmer.
Yeah, they are slimmer.
I don't know. DS cases. Why in the world are DS cases so hard to open?
I don't know, man.
Dude,
They are
it's,
though.
It's like I have to like get like I have to every time I go to open a DS game, I have to like readjust my grip and like crack that fucker open. It just feels like insanely hard. See, like Game Boy Advance boxes are awesome, but again, cardboard. Don't want to damage it.
The box.
Which I only have
Look,
one of
PSP,
those anyway.
PSP looks like the Switch. I mean,
Yeah, and I'm
like
completely fine with
skinny.
that.
Oh.
I think DS. I think the PSP cases should have been smaller. I think the PSP cases should have been DS size, because if we're talking about the system being portable, then the game should be. And I know that's why they sold the carrying cases that held games, but it's like, if you want to carry your games around with you in the case, they should also be as small as possible. So I think PSP could have been smaller because they're just as tall as PS3 games, but they're just narrower. So definitely could have done better there. Yeah, and then once you get into like PS4, PS5, they're fine. They're whatever.
Yeah, I like those. Speaking of PS3 though, you know me, I've been talking about one game, Dragon Guard 3, right?
That's on
Dragon
PS3?
Guard, yeah, it's on PS3.
So 1 and 2 are PS2.
Dragon Guard 3, it's a late stage PS3 game, like 2013 or something like that, right? For some fucking reason, some of the last couple PS3 games have the blue labels on them, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
that's one of them. It only has a blue label.
Is it a blue label or a blue case?
It's a blue label.
Okay.
Like where it says PS3,
yeah,
it's like blue.
I know what you're talking
black.
about. It looks like the PS4.
Yes.
Yeah.
They changed it for 20 games at the very end of the lifespan of the PS3. And I'm like, why? There was no reason for that, man.
Yeah.
Because I kept looking up Dragon Guard like on eBay. I'm like, why are they all like blue? Like I don't understand why they're all blue.
Yeah, it's like because it would make you think it's like when I think of like see that I think of like PAL PS2 games.
What I was thinking, I was like, is this like a weird version or something? Then I eventually finally looked it up. I'm like, oh, so some of them just have blue labels for no reason. They were change it to blue to go with the PS4.
Dragon Guard 3 is that a pretty pricey one?
Nah, it's like 40, I guess.
Okay, because I think
price for the PS3 too.
Yeah. It is a lot for PS3. Because like 1 and 2 are like around like 80, right? Is that right?
Yeah, they're like 80. So it's like half. It's probably like 35, 40.
Some guy on Reddit. Now, if this is true, I don't know. It had the sticker on it, but he went to Goodwill and got Dragon Guard 2 for $3, complete. Goodwill.
I'd love to have them, but yeah, I really want Dragon Guard 3.
I'll probably go to Goodwill tomorrow. I've been actually going once a week.
That's cool.
And there's a new thrift I just found out about it. There's a thrift store right across from Goodwill that has bunch of games and systems. That's where I got Tenchu Z for $10.
Oh, okay.
So that's a new one to hit up, by the way, for us.
I should say, let me know if you find anything, but you would let me know anyway if I didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, I'd let you know, but by the time you read it,
Man, I kind of get up. Man, I kind of get depressed every time. I always wake up at like 4, and it'll be like you and Tucker be like, "Yeah, you guys want to head to a game store? Yeah, sure." And it's like you guys are like back and done by then. I just woke up.
I know it's like trust me, like I want to invite you, of course. Yeah, it's like, but
I'm not saying you're like, man, you're a
yeah,
fucking
I know, yeah,
dick.
yeah.
Not fighting me, dude.
Uh,
Fuck you. That's like I understand.
like it'd be so much fun if you came too, because every time we go, it's a blast. But yeah, eventually we'll get back going because yard sailing's coming up and all that, so I'm definitely gonna be out and about with that.
How long we been going? We've been going for a little while, ain't?
An hour 40.
Should probably call it. Don't you think?
Sounds
Unless you got any other topics? I don't really have any
um
topics. I don't think.
mm, ma there no I would say that pretty much good on this one. um Appreciate anybody listening, and
Guys, you
we
made it 4 in a row.
true.
Can't believe that.
We like I said, this is just really easy, and it's something that I like to do once a week. It gives us a reason to talk, archive it, and I just upload it. So really nice and easy to do. So I think this is something that we'll continue to do, even if we miss a week or record a different time. Like I'm not saying that there's it has to be every Friday. So don't expect that if you are. But we'll definitely try and pump them out. But with that being said, appreciate it. Hope everyone's having a good
Okay, guys. Thanks.
day. Anybody,
Everything.
I'll always kind of say this at the end, just in case. Always feel free to let us know what you guys been playing, any recommendations, because I think as we do this, anybody that's listening, could maybe start to
Even
get
give
a
us
feel.
topics.
Yeah.
Give us topics too if you want to hear us talk about
Topics.
something.
I even thought about maybe trying to get guests on, like I don't know, like other smaller YouTube channels like us, or just things like that, like just someone else to come in and like ask them what games they like and just kind of have a conversation in that aspect. But yeah, appreciate it, and hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.